what we're going to be talking about now is price controls. So far I've talked about the idea that markets tend to allocate resources in the best possible way that makes people happiest. Now, that's not how the real world works. A lot of times prices can be set, and actually quantities can be set too. But prices get a lot of attention. We talk about wages and the minimum wage, where they say whatever the market wants to pay is too low. The government actually mandates that you can't pay too little on a job. The price of an hour of work is controlled by the government. Other times the price of a gallon of milk can have in some ways controls with how the farmers get paid on dairy farms. You can also have controls about maybe rents, how you can't overcharge for an apartment. And so the price might be too high in that case. So you can have a minimum wage, but you might have a maximum rent in some cities. So these are minima and maxima, minimums and maximums. And you have the government setting in. Now, why would they do that? Why would the government tell somebody what to do? Well, a lot of times there's political pressure. A lot of times there's certain interest groups that vote. A lot of times you have people in a certain business that might have the political clout to get extra money, right? So there's a lot of different ways in which price controls can be worked. Now, the way I think about it is if there's a speed limit on the highway, they just actually raised it in some cities in Illinois to 70 miles an hour. Now, if I'm thinking about driving 90, the law tells me I can only go a maximum speed of 70. Now, if I was thinking of going 5 miles an hour on like a skateboard or something, the speed limit means nothing to me. It's like there's no way that 70 miles an hour is even possible. So we talk sometimes about binding price controls. It's only when the market wants to be here and society or politicians or interest groups would rather this price not be here. All right? And so they're only binding if it is set in a way that actually changes people's behavior. Right? And so this is called a price floor. The marketplace wants the price to be here. But for whatever reason, a law is passed where it's not the case. Right? And so by law, if you charge too little for something, you can be penalized. Right? So a price floor is when the price is set above equilibrium price. All right? And so these are usually set by politicians, although sometimes you do see price floors set by other groups. Well, the way I think about it is this. The floor stops me from falling into the basement. Right? Gravity makes me want to go down. Here, market forces make the price want to fall, but it doesn't work. There's something built in there that keeps things from falling too low. The other thing is, on the other direction, this is what's called a price ceiling. And it's just like the ceiling would keep me from, I could throw this only up and then eventually I'll hit, this marker would hit and come back down. Market forces want the price of something to be too high. But laws or other conventions say that that is not the case. Right? So it's built in, it can be penalized, you're breaking a law of some sort if you follow the market price as opposed to the legal price.